Hi, welcome back again and again and again. This is February, and we started a series of sessions in about relationships. Right? We talked about how we begin to disciple our children in that place of relationships. We talked about socializing, teaching them how to socialize, and then we talked about accountability. And today we need to talk about mentoring. Now, mentoring. Let me just say this way. Today, there are a lot of young people who are afraid, especially in an Indian context, are afraid of mentors. Why? Because some of the mentors have become tormentors. Yeah, that's right. Because mentoring is not controlling. Mentoring is not telling them, saying, you need to do exactly what I tell you to do. No. Mentoring is a journey that we take along our teenagers, our children, where we are able to, two things we are going to do. And I've shared this in one of those sessions. We either hold a mirror in front of them that they can see themselves and they can correct, or we paint a picture for them that they can see the scenario. That's exactly what mentoring is. And it's, again, I said this in the last session, it's not a regimental mentoring, it's a redemptive mentoring. Meaning what? Your children need to know, my dad mentors me, my teacher mentors me, my mom mentors me, or spending time mentoring me, so that I can be redeemed, not I would be punished. Many a times mentoring journey has become a regimental journey where it leads to punishment or consequences and things being taken out, privileges being taken out and all of that. We want to come to that place of redemptive journey. So the mentoring is a very important journey, and it should be a redemptive journey where you're taking alongside. The second very important thing in the mentoring journey is this: connect. You need to create spaces where you're able to connect. You're able to create spaces at every section of your life, at every junction. Don't disconnect from your teenagers. I hear this all the time, especially after COVID. My teenager doesn't even connect with me. She goes inside the room, shuts the door, that's it. And one mother yesterday was telling me and saying, now I'm taking out the bolt out of the door, and so he can't bolt it, and he still goes in and puts one towel and he closes it. So she was telling me yesterday, she's a teacher, and she was telling me yesterday saying, I've now threatened at him and saying, if you're going to keep doing that, I'm going to even the door is going to go off. I'm going to take away the door, things like that. See, I'm okay with saying things like that, but connect with your teenager. Connect with your teenager. At every junction of the journey, create spaces where you can talk. Tomorrow, I'm taking 9 of my boys, on a hiking trip. This was planned a long time back in January. We couldn't do it because some of them got sick. We're having cold, fever, and all of that was happening. But I didn't want it to miss out. And I told them, and I will make it. I will make it. They're very excited about it. We're going into a jungle. We are, trekking for almost 1.5 hours. And guess what? That 1.5 hours is going to be amazing time to talk. That 1.5 hours is going to be an amazing time to even share. That 1.5 hours, I'm excited. I'm already preparing in my heart of all the different questions to be thrown in, and they would begin to talk and share and things like that. And then we're going to sleep in the jungle. Somebody is preparing the tents for us. We're going to have barbecues in the middle of the jungle and all the different things that's going to happen. I'm telling you, definitely an experience like this that they will remember. But when we are going to add in that value of mentoring and sharing, we should never miss out any time of sharing our heart. I still remember, one of my boys, when he was very young, he was just about 11, he came and one day asked this question: Daddy, if it was you, what would you have done in this scenario? That's a question that he asked. If it was you in this scenario, what you would have done? I said, what's the context behind the question? He immediately said, oh, this particular person had done something like this in that scenario, in that situation. What would you have done? And I just said, fantastic. Oh my goodness, you are beginning to think like this, and that, you see that? I didn't spend time immediately answering the question. I'm going to definitely answer the question, but I was jumping in to appreciate this boy, saying you're just amazing in the way you're thinking and how you're processing things, and oh, you're going to be an amazing person, you're going to start going in that direction. I was just pouncing on that. We need to look for openings like that where we can pounce on them when they are doing something right, catching them doing right, not all the time catching them doing wrong. You did that, you did this, you went there, you should not do this, you should not do this. Catch them doing right, not catch them doing wrong. In that mentoring journey, that's a very important journey. The last thing in this mentoring journey, in the last point that I want to give, there are a lot of different points, but the last point I want to give in this mentoring journey is this: never miss out crisis. Never miss out crisis. What do I mean? When there is a problem, when there is a mistake, oh my goodness, don't miss that out. Get excited. Sometimes when there is no mistakes inside my house, when all my boys are behaving, all my teenagers are behaving so well, I'm beginning to ask myself this question: have they learned how to pretend and how to cover? So many times my prayer is, Lord, if there is something happening, please expose it. I want to see a mistake. Because only when there is a mistake, I can go. Sometimes I've sensed it, that this particular boy, and I just said, something is wrong. I can't go to him and say, there is something wrong, okay? You're doing something. I can't do that. He will immediately say, nothing, Daddy. No, nothing. He'll immediately walk away. And I said, I'm waiting for something. Then there would be something that would happen. Oh, great. There's a mistake. I get excited with mistakes. I get excited with failures, because that's the teachable moment. That's where you can teach. That's where you can invest. That's where you can speak into their heart, because then they are beginning to also listen. Because of a mistake, they feel bad and they are more willing to listen. And again, restoration is a very important process, in that place of how we begin to do things. It's very important that we don't miss crisis. Don't allow crisis to go away. Get excited when there is a crisis, when there is a mistake. Get excited. I know some of you are saying this crisis all the time. That means you need to go back to some of the foundations. That's another topic altogether. We'll talk later. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a blessing. Do share these videos with your friends and let it be a blessing. Thank you so much for being here.